Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Duran Connor with Teaching the Kingdom, where we teach kingdom principles for a kingdom people, spreading the gospel one article at a time. Our website is at teachingthekingdom.com, where you can read the full article at your leisure. All right, today our title is Living Worry-Free, Part 2. Last week, we talked about how to live free from worry, and God took me to Philippians 4, 6, and 7. And this week is the original article that I wrote where God allowed me to come out of Proverbs, where I got the original idea from. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20 says, "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets." Verse 23 says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." And 33, "But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil." So what do we need to do to live free from worry in this second article? Well, number one, recognize in verse 20 of Proverbs chapter 1 that it says, "Wisdom crieth without." That means that she's not inside, she's outside, and she's crying where everybody can hear her cry. She's crying without, and she's uttering her voices in the streets. Wisdom can be heard anywhere and everywhere. So she's crying out to us, but are we listening? Remember, we're talking about living worry-free. Verse 23 says, "Turn you at my reproof," because if we're listening to wisdom, reproof is simply correction or chastisement. So turn you at my reproof. When we hear a word of wisdom from God, whether it's through the pastor, whether it's through a gospel song, God speaking directly to our spirits, when we hear a word of correction from God, turn. Remember, we're talking about living worry-free. "And behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." Once we turn and are obedient to God, God will pour his spirit out upon us. Now, in the New Testament, we already have the Holy Spirit, but in the Old Testament, they didn't. So that's why it's wording it this way. God will pour out my spirit unto you, but we already have the Spirit. So to bring that to our modern day, what happens is if we turn at the reproof of God, we're really turning at the Holy Spirit that's already in us. So he won't pour his spirit onto us. We already have it, and we'll just begin to be aligned with the Spirit that's already with us. In the last part of verse 23 says, "I will make known my words unto you." That means we can actually hear the Spirit that's talking to us. Instead of turning a deaf ear and a blind eye, we'll actually listen to what the Spirit is saying and hear the words of wisdom. Finally, verse 33, "But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil." If we want to live in safety, no worries. And if we want to be quiet from the fear of evil, no anxiety, no fretting, no concerns, listen. Turn at God's correction. Listen to the Holy Spirit that's inside, and we will be at peace and worry-free. God bless you, family. Have an awesome weekend.